Okay, so I have just gotten home. This is going to be a game from the International. I'm Basskip. I'm coming into this draft late because, as I said, I just got back. But it doesn't look like there's any English casters in-game for this one, so I figured, what the hell, may as well cast over the top of this, have some VODs, get some practice, etc., etc. We're just finishing up the draft right now, so it's going to be Complexity over on the Radiant side. No, Complexity over on the Dire side, IG on the Radiant side, and God, trying to jump into a draft at the very end is always interesting. And so Rost is going to be the last pickup for IG. So Lone Druid, Rubik, Enchantress, Bounty Hunter, Shadow Shaman. Not a huge amount of AoE presence compared to, say, the Tide, Invoker, Venomancer over on Complexity, but they've got fantastic chase and they've got fantastic early game. They've got really good timing push based around that Lone Druid. As soon as he finishes up maybe one big item, so be it the Maelstrom, be it the Radiant, depending on where they want to put him, but more than likely he's probably going to be taking that hard lane up on top, so he's going to have to try and find some time in the mid game to get some farm going. But Complexity, they've got their own early game strength and their own push as well. The Venomancer is going to be able to help hold towers against what IG are going to be bringing, and Chen is going to have not a great time against Enchantress, but he's going to be able to neutralize that XP difference. And PA is actually going to be the last pickup for Complexity. So this is Series 11 Game B of the International Preliminaries, so that means this is the second game. I'm not sure of the results of the first game, and as I continue to ramble, I'm going to try and get all of my streaming stuff set up, since, again, just got home. Anywho, quickly, who's playing what? So over on IG, we've got Ferrari taking the Rubik. Looks like he's maybe heading towards the middle lane. We've got Chon on the Enchantress. He's got a Smoke and a Clarity, so likely heading towards the jungle. Zhao, he's going to be on the Lone Druid. Faith on the Shadow Shaman. And it looks like YYF on this Bounty Hunter may actually be heading up towards the top lane, and maybe just using the bear to pull across to the tower. So doing effectively what the Lone Druid would be doing for himself in that Complexity. Meanwhile, Fluff and Stuff as expected. IX Mike on that support role as the Venomancer. TC is going to be on the hard carry, the Phantom Assassin. Lots of regen on him right now. Looks like even teammates have anteed up for some of his regen. And Jo is going to be on that Invoker. Oh, and Hannah Montana on his Tidehunter, as we would expect to see. So both teams, actually, Hannah Montana just going to spot out Faith and Zhao. Sorry, again, I'm just trying to get things set up. Always interesting when games are on at such great times for Australians. Oh, I have not equipped my Complexity Pennant, so I'll have to do that in a second, but I think Faith may be in a bit of trouble here, so we'll see what happens. Spotted out. So they may know that there's a ward there, but we'll see what Complexity try and do. And it really looks like they want this first blood. Zhao's coming out. Gonna try and get a bit of damage on Hannah Montana, but they've got to suspect something is up in just a second with nobody on that top lane. And here we go. Faith is a little bit out of position, and TC's going on him. Looks like this is going to be first blood. Isn't going to be on the PA. Maybe no. Venomancer gets it. So Complexity just hiding in the side shop for the entire start of the game, but picking up the first blood, so definitely going to be a big help, and they're all going to be teleporting off to their respective lanes right now. Looks like Fluff and Stuff actually going to be staying down here on the bottom lane, trying to form up a little bit of an aggressive tri-lane with the Venomancer, PA, and Chen. But Chen's creeps are going to be stolen by Enchantress quite a bit, so needs to be careful. And actually just has the Soul Stealer right now, so looking to use that mana burn. And probably just zap Faith. Is there an opportunity for me to equip my pendant? I think so. Sorry about this, guys. Backpack. Complexity. Let's equip. There we go, okay. And this Soul Steal just trying to harass as best it can. And has not pulled the bear down yet. So he has pulled the bear down, so Bounty Hunter's going to be alone up on this top lane up against the Tide. So not a terrible matchup for him in the slightest. And the bear just trying to right click on Fluff and Stuff right now. But still, Fluff and Stuff just hanging out in this lane, trying to use this Soul Stealer mana burn to keep things under control. But Chon is up to level 3, and he's starting to get some creeps of his own. A little bit of satire on satire action going on right now. Just checking in on the mid lane. Jo's got his second Blades of Attack. He is 8 for 4, 9 for 4 up against Ferrari, who's finished up his bottle. He's 10 for 2. So fairly similar on this middle lane. Invoker can have a little bit of a harder time against Rubik, especially since he relies on his right click damage so much, which does get completely torched by the Fade Bolt. So it does come down a lot to a battle of last hits. And it looks like Jay is going to be running the Quaswex Invoker build this game. It looks like Complexity are getting converged on right now. Chon and Faith are here. Ferrari moves in from the middle lane. Fluff and Stuff looks like he's going to be in trouble. But the Wildkin Tornado is down, and the Cold Snap on Ferrari looks like he might be dead here. Yeah, one last right click from Jo. So 1 for 1 the trade. And solo mid for Chen. Not a terrible trade at all. So Complexity going to be fairly happy with how that one turned out. TC wants to go on Zhao, but he's taking a lot of damage from this right click and needs to be careful. He's still got plenty of regen, he just needs to get away. And Zhao, here comes the Gale, but IX Mike getting right clicked as well. Bear does go down, but IX Mike finished off by that last little bit, and looks like TC might be dead as well. Will that last little bit of damage do it? Yes, the last right click from Faith does manage to pick it up. So excellent play by IG, and Zhao knowing exactly how much damage she could deal. And Complexity just couldn't finish him off. So, meanwhile, on the mid lane, Ferrari still has that regen bottled up, has died, but Jo, because of that kill, he's finished up his phase boots, and he's going to be quite happy with what's happening on this middle lane right now. And Fluff and Stuff actually grabs the 4-minute rune, which was a haste. Level 2 has the Dark Troll up, so Ferrari may need to be careful. Do they have sight? They don't have sight of what's coming in, but those decide to just back off and play it safe. And this PA pick, while unconventional, could win them the game. IX Mike gets entangled, and he's going to take a lot of damage from this already. Just trying to run away right now. Slow, no longer on him. Fluff and Stuff has head down here, but he's still level 2. And what level is Chon? He's just looking to dominate this. Yeah, he's level 4. Just steals the Dark Troll, and this is a pain in the ass for Chen. It really is. This is why Enchantress is so annoying against Chen. And the dynamic of this game is interesting. Well, as I say that, IX Mike, he's going to be netted, throws the Venomous Gale, but he's taking a lot of damage. He's going to go down from the last right click from Zhao. TC trying to get Faith, jumps forward, but Faith, maybe a little bit too much health. Nuke from Fluff and Stuff, but now he's in trouble as well. Gets entangled, he's going to be going down right now. And double kill for Zhao. So this Lone Druid is doing exceptionally well. Looks like they're going to dive with the bear, but TPs are coming back in. Chon gets netted, and looks like he's going to be in trouble. Tower hit. He does get finished off by the Chen. And Zhao on the retreat now as well. Reasonably tanky, but the Venomancer is still here. IX Mike, can you get anything off? Doesn't even need to. Looks like he's going to go down. That last right click, and TC getting a kill to his name too. So tons of action on this bottom lane. YYF, he's going to try and finish off Hannah Montana up here, and does manage to do so. Gets the track kill as well. So kill is just all over the map right now. And I'm not really sure who's getting the better of it. As soon as IG finish up something on this Lone Druid, they can go for a push, while TC is going to take a little bit longer to get to some core items, and depending on what he chooses to build. So heading for phase boots right now, fairly standard on PA. And PA, even with just phase boots and a vanguard, can do a hefty amount of damage. And still back and forth in this jungle. Fluff and Stuff still only level 2, however. So Chon probably definitely giving this XP advantage to the Radiant side. And it's something that they need heading into the mid game. Because if this goes late, then I really think it's Complexity's game. They've got the better hold in terms of the ultimates. They've got the Invoker and the PA, which are going to scale up fantastically. Not to say that Lone Druid and Bounty Hunter aren't going to scale well, but just not to the same degree that PA is gonna get. And Fluff and Stuff, he's still in this lane, still only level 2, so he's gonna have to try and find some time at some point just to get some levels up. And a kill up on top lane against Hannah Montana. Ferrari ganking away, and just evidently I'm not paying enough attention. So Bear actually getting a lot of harass. It's got that Orb of Venom, and IX Mike is not enjoying that at all. Looks like the Bear's going to go down here, and yep, bit of gold for IX Mike. Middle tower under pressure. Ferrari going away and paying for it with about a quarter of the tower's health. And JO's still not giving away what he's building. Ferrari moves forward just for a bit of a zap, but there's nobody else around, so it's not going to be a kill. And Bracer flying in, so it looks like it might just be heading, Invoker might just be heading towards a Drum of Endurance. Ferrari's going to find that 8-minute rune. So he's got Mana Boots up as well, so he's doing quite well for himself. 37 for 5, 30 against 31 for 6. So Jo, the little bit of extra time he got on the middle lane is just showing. But Rubik's up in kills, I believe. Yep, so 2 kills for him. So he's going to be fine with the state of affairs. But again, bots lane you got to watch, and YYF is coming in. He's a really high level. Hannah Montana moves forward, pops the Ravage, lots of damage onto YYF. Is he going to go down? Yes, he will. Tries to send TC back to base, but he's a casualty too. And JO's down here as well. He's got the Tornado and the Cold Snap. Tornado's going to hit on Faith. Damage not going to be enough to finish him off, and nobody else from Complexity moving forward, just farming up those wards. But they're all on quite low health, so they need to be careful. And IG are going to be happy to just take this opportunity to push on mid. And Fluff and Stuff, he just needs to sit in the jungle for a bit. He can't really afford to be rushing all over the map right now. And just going to go into the jungle. IG, they really want this tower, but yeah, Ferrari just dancing in and out, trying to get a little bit more damage out of this DD rune. TPs are going to come in, but they're going to get this. And here we go, Venomous Gale onto Ferrari, and the nukes immediately pick off IX Mike. Ferrari gonna steal the blink, and he's gonna get hit by the Tornado. Might go down to that damage. Hannah Montana actually picking up the last hit. Chon in trouble. Big slow on him. He's gonna be going down as well right now. Pops the stick charges, but not gonna be enough. So IG pick up a tower and 1 kill for 2 deaths. So not a terrible exchange for them either. But again, they can't really just be going for even trades. And here we go. YYF TP's in immediately into the Shadow Walk. Faith gonna get slowed down, and YYF right clicking on TC. Are Complexity gonna be able to get this tower? They've still got creeps, so YYF is just pulling them around. And the fantastic thing about having this Bounty Hunter up on that top lane was that as soon as he can get some levels, he was really easily able to disperse that tri-lane on bot. I mean, he's already level 9, and IX Mike is only level 6, and that's always the danger in a tri-lane. If they have a solo in another lane as well, and especially as powerful a ganking here as something like the Bounty Hunter, then you're more than able to shut down that the heroes that were in that tri-lane heading into the mid game. And both teams roaming around to gank a little bit right now. And TC just going to head up to that safe lane. But IG are moving around to try and get a gank. Rubik doesn't have anything stolen, and PA definitely not the best target to steal from, so that's a bit unfortunate in terms of this gank. But Fluff and Stuff moving up as well. He's now up to level 5, so going to be a little bit happier in terms of creeps. YYF going to move into position, and they're immediately going to go on TC. The nukes are just too big, and the Shuriken plus Fade Bolt plus everything else is just too strong. Fluff and Stuff, he's going to try and grab a creep right now. And had the Had the Ursa scouting out as well. Ferrari, Venomous Gale onto him. Ravage pops as well. He's going to go down. Faith pops down the wards. Doesn't get a trap. Hannah Montana moving around. Anchor smash. But looks like IX blocks himself in. He's going to be safe from YYF, who does actually attack from the trees. And 3 dead right now for Complexity. Jo just retreating along with Hannah Montana. But a buyback from Rubik, big in that fight. Hannah Montana gets pulled back. YYF in here as well. Ferrari's going to go down. And TC's here. They want YYF, but do they have any anti-invis? He's still got 6 seconds on that cooldown, but just going to retreat back to the wards. And he is very rich right now, 1.8k gold. And at the same time, Tron and Zhao are just going to take this opportunity to push down on bot. So even if the trades look even in terms of kills, they're getting the track gold on top of their kills. And they're getting they got this tier 2 tower. So the last couple of minutes have definitely been going in favor of IG, and the gold and XP both definitely reflect that. JO's finished up his drum. Fluff and stuff, still no real item progression on him. What is Hannah Montana heading for? Has a Ring of Health right now, but not really a giveaway. Definitely not heading towards a Vanguard, since it doesn't stack with Kraken Shell, but we'll see what he opts for. Could just turn it into a Perseverance later on, maybe start heading towards a Refresher, but he's probably going to be looking for maybe some Mana Boots, something like that. But it's definitely in Complexity's interests right now, just to get TC some time to farm. If he can get even just one big damage item up, then he is going to be a real threat. And YYF uses all that gold that he managed to grab to pick up a drum. IG moving around to go for a gank right now. IX Mike is up here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Fluff and stuff just off to the side. And TC and Jo. Jo comes out of the trees, wards down. They want this tower. Ferrari gets cold snap. He's going to go down almost immediately. TC picking up that last hit. Chon on the retreat. So is YYF. He pops the drum charge just to try and get Chon away. He's juking, but going to get slowed by the Slicing Dagger. And he is going to go down here as well. Fluff and stuff picking up that last hit just with the nuke. YYF off to the side. They pop the dust. Don't quite manage to hit him. And so all 5 for Complexity up here, but managing to pick up 2 kills. Zhao just farming away down in this bottom lane, and how is he doing in terms of items? So has picked up some Gloves of Haste, so it looks like he might actually be heading towards, well, no real indication of anything. He's got 2.6k, so he could still be going for a Radiance. Could be heading for a Maelstrom, but he could have bought that up by now, so we'll see what happens. TP's onto the middle lane for IG, and Complexity wants some towers of their own. Gonna send the creeps forward, but the fortification is gonna pop, and all these TPs are coming in. Almost all of IG are here. Yep, and Syllabear is here as well, so it's gonna be a bit of an engagement, but the Ravage pops. Zhao in a lot of trouble. He's getting right click, gets 4-staffed out by his team. Hannah Montana gonna go down. These nukes are just doing so much damage. TC gets caught in the shackles. He's gonna go down as well. Venomancer managing to pick up the tower, and JO's gonna be sent back to base, but it's a hefty price to pay for just that tower. And they still want this. The chasing power on IG is just absolutely ridiculous. Slow plus telekinesis. Popping off the Poison Nova, but IX Mike looks like he's going to go down as well. Great tornado by Jo. But the track and the stolen cold snap, but no hits to follow up. So another kill for IG. Did manage to pick up that Enchantress in the middle of that, but still not all that huge. And again, even kills aren't enough when YYF is around. The track gold is just seriously contributing to the effectiveness of this team. And the Syllabear, despite going down at the start of that fight, looks like he is actually just going to be heading towards that relic, going for the Radiance. And this tower should be dead as well. Wards are down. Track onto Jo. Trying to get a slow on Ferrari, but he's still got a 4-staff. Blink forward by TC, cold snap into the telekinesis. Faith in a bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to walk away? Hand of God pops. Ferrari steals the tornado. Great defensive ability there. Is Zhao going to be able to get out of here? What does Jo have? Still waiting for cooldowns. Zhao gets slowed down, but he gets 4-staffed out. Chon trying to do what he can. YYF, the dust has popped on him. He's so fast though. Is he going to be able to be picked off? EMP down. Zhao out of mana. Doesn't really matter. Just wants to right click with the bear. Moves forward. Gush on him. Still no kills either way. And the Gush stolen. Hannah Montana being slowed down. Here comes the tornado again. YYF in a bit of trouble, but the dust wears off and TC's grabbed again by the telekinesis. Is he going to go down? Yep, stun and the shackle on top of him. Jo, one more impetus will finish him off, but he's going to get up onto the high ground. Hannah Montana, is he going to be sent back to base? Yes. And IX Mike manages to retreat as well. So TC, the only real casualty there in that extremely long team fight. But IG, they fought it so well. They were on the retreat, and it looks like they're going to be caught out by the tornado, but stolen tornado by Ferrari, and they all managed to get back into position to put Complexity on the back foot. And Complexity, they've only taken one tower this game. I mean, Fluff and Stuff hasn't been able to use the pushing potential of the Chen up against this Enchantress. He's getting close to his mech, but and similar for Chon. But the level difference really speaks volumes about how they spent this early game. Fluff and Stuff was down on the bottom lane, trying to do what he could to help out the PA. And Complexity have really invested everything in this PA right now. He'll be looking to pick up a Vanguard in just a second, but YYF is here on the middle lane. He's level 12. TC, level 10, still only one rank in that Blair, and Ferrari has this Invis rune. So TC needs to be really careful. JO's just up on the high ground, and yep. Track onto TC, just trying to scare him off. And Complexity moving towards this middle lane. And a smoke for them. Looks like they're going to be heading towards this top lane, try and pick off Zhao. He's got the relic finished up, however, so he's going to be very, very close to his Radiance. Bear's going to spot them out. Tornado does find him. EMP, Cold Snap, and tries to go into the ultimate, but does go down. So fantastic play from Jo. And Hannah Montana and IX Mike not even having to reveal themselves off. So Jo's doing a ton of damage. The right click from a Wex Invoker with the phase boots, the drum, and that Staff of Wizardry picked up is fairly significant, especially with the Cold Snap on top. And TC on this middle lane has picked up some phase boots. Probably needs to start looking towards a damage item, or maybe even a BKB. He's going to get ganked right now. Telekinesis, so much on him. Hand of God pops. Tornado flies through, but dodged completely by IG. Poison Nova pops. Faith in trouble, but gets force-staffed out by his team. Cold Snap still hitting. Hannah Montana in from the side. Ward are going to go down, but they're not going to be any problem whatsoever. Just free farm for Complexity. Slow onto Jaos. And the Fade Bolt bouncing around, but fantastic play from both sides. And that split for the Tornado by IG was just absolutely perfect. None of them getting caught in it. And YYF is just 100% roaming right now, getting all of this gold from track and doing a huge amount of work for his team. I mean, 4 kills, 7 assists. He has really, really boosted his team's gold. 12k the difference right now. That's all Bounty Hunter. And XP 7.5k as well. So a lot of that just being tower XP and slightly better map control. Zhao's being able to free farm quite a bit, and he's gonna be up to that Radiance very soon, even with that death from Jo. Yep. So IG just have complete control of the map right now, but it's far from over. Until we start seeing Raxus go down, there's definitely still plenty left in this game. Complexity with the smoke, looking to head up, but all of IG are going to be in position. Faith has a Blink Dagger, blinks up onto the high ground. Looks like Complexity want to just take a full-scale engagement. They're going to move in. Ferrari gets hit by the Venomous Gale, but he's going to force staff himself out. The Bearer is just going to right-click on IX Mike. Drum of Endurance pops, just trying to get them out of here. Hannah Montana pops the Ravage, hits onto Zhao. Looks like he's going to go down. He's the main target here. Are they going to be able to finish him off? TC does manage to do so, but IX Mike has gone down in the back too. Ferrari, YYF stuck in the middle. TC taking a ton of damage and track kills galore right now. Jo, they're going to try and send him back to base, but not quite fast enough. Fluff and Stuff and Hannah Montana are both in a lot of trouble. Faith with the blink forward, blocks onto Hannah Montana. He's going to go down. 5 kills, 4-1 in favor of IG. And IG just, they team fought that perfectly. They saw the initiate coming in from Complexity, but they baited them all the way back until they could get people coming in from the side. And they picked off the Venomancer, and from there, didn't get too many people stunned in the Ravage, and were able to clean up the team fight from there. Just great management in terms of the positioning between the Force Staff and the Drum of Endurance to stay away from those slows. And there's not a lot of hard stun on Complexity either, so taking advantage of that. If you can't right click on top of the Cold Snap, then it's not it's not really reliable at all in terms of a slow. And just force staffing away from the Venomous Gale means that you can buy enough space to not be too worried. And so IG are going to be able to pick up this tier 2 on the top lane as well. And Sean has his mech. Complexity, they still want something here, and YYF might get caught out, but he's got a BKB, so he's going to be in absolute no trouble. Sean pops the wisps, knows he's in trouble right now. Gonna get hit by the tornado. EMP on top of him as well. He's going to go down. So free kill for Complexity. But until they can start winning team fights, they can't take any towers, and they really need farm on this Phantom Assassin. It's a risky pick, and it can pay off, but they just need to be careful about it. Nukes onto that Rubik. Complexity, they've got the potential to go for a rush, and it looks like that's where they're going to be going right now. Medallion picked up on IX Mike, just trying to speed this along. What's being dropped off? Just some sentry wards, so setting up to try and get this Roshan safely. And IG might just be happy to let them have it. It gives them enough time to finally get this Radiance up on the Syllabear. And I'm still online, so at the risk of betraying my friends, I will go offline, though I'm sure you can all check my friends list if you so desire. Roshan's gonna go down, so Complexity pick that up onto TC. Probably he's gonna start looking towards probably a BKB at this point. Bottom tower denied for IG, and the Radiance finally finished up on the Syllabear. IG more than happy to trade the Aegis for enough time to finally finish that. He's come close twice and died twice, though that second death was fairly costly for Complexity. But Complexity right now, their hope is just hold the base, use their turtling power, and try and get levels and items up on TC and levels up on the Invoker. Because as soon as he can start getting more and more points in that Exhort, he becomes more and more dangerous in these team fights, especially with the Ravage. Things like the Chaos Meteor are just Chaos Meteor and the Deafening Blast are just absolutely great. But IG, they know they want to end this now, and the Radiance is up, so it's as good a time as any. They've got better map control as well. Huge mobility on Ferrari. Has the Blink and the Force Staff, so once they decide to go high ground, he's going to be able to grab anyone that's even slightly out of position. And Complexity just getting into defensive positions right now, but attack could come from all three angles. So they need to be careful, and wards down for IG in all three of Complexity's lanes. So if they move out without a smoke, they're going to know exactly where they are. And a ward for Complexity popped as well. Just grouped up, go for the dust. And Faith, actually with an Invis rune, almost getting spotted out. Hannah Montana's picked up a hood. And Fluff and Stuff finally finished up that mech. But what's TC aiming for? He's actually opted for a Yasha, so more damage for him. Probably looking to just get as much as he can out of this Aegis. He's not going to be able to build. He wouldn't have been able to build to a BKB by the time this next fight broke out. So realizing that unless they can hold these next couple of fights, the game is over. The potential is there for PA to take this late, but they need to hold it for the next couple of minutes. And IG are going to make it difficult for them. Yule's as well on Ferrari, so the control that he's exerting in these team fights, if he can steal one of Invoker's spells, if he can Yule someone, they're just, whoever it is, they're completely out of the fight. With Telekinesis on top of it as well, the CC from Rubik is just absolutely great. And YYF, BKB up on him along with a Demon Edge, so he is very rich and doing a ton of damage right now. In terms of net worth, just, yeah, IG all over it. YYF 11.8 total for him. So Complexity just forced to sit inside their base, and IG are just going to be happy to farm the jungle. They're going to have more and more items up very soon. Probably starting to look towards some Gwynsuits. Do they have a pipe? No, they don't necessarily need it for breaking the high ground, but it can help to fight against the Poison Nova. But they've got all the time in the world to farm. Complexity, realizing they need to do something, or IG are just going to farm up the items that they need to win these team fights outright, decide to smoke up, see if they can find anyone. But IG are all happily in their jungle, and I'm not sure if they're going to find anyone in time. Zhao just safely farming away down on bot. He's heading towards the Vlads. So another fantastic item for these pushes. And IG, realizing that nobody is clearing at these creep waves, they're just going to back off. YYF moves forward. Tornado's going to hit on him, but he does actually manage to get into the Shadow Walk. And the grab on JO, stun on him as well. So YYF scouting at the smoke. He had the BKB. He was more than happy to do that. And Complexity sort of getting denied in terms of getting anything off of there. They're actually grouped up, and they're in a really dangerous position right now. A team fight out here doesn't necessarily mean a lost Rax, but that mid lane is pushing in quite a bit. But Complexity, they just want to make a go of it. They want to do something with this Aegis. Hannah Montana track on him, moving forward. YYF more than happy to be at the front lines right now, and Ferrari blink forward. EMP just trying to zone him out. What does Rubik stolen? Just the Stifling Dagger, so he's just going to be spamming that. And Hannah Montana, he gets entangled, so YYF moves forward. He's got the BKB out. Hannah Montana, is he going to go down before he pops the Ravage? Does manage to get it off. And Yule's onto Ferrari just to keep him safe. Poison Nova pops, but IX Mike getting nuked down. Hand of God pops as well, but Ferrari still wants him. TC is here, still has the Aegis, but that's going to be popped right now. 2 heroes down, and Complexity just trying to do whatever they can to recover from this. Fluff and Stuff. IX Mike can be sent back to base. Fluff and Stuff goes down. TC, where is he right now? He's actually back at base, so it looks like he managed to... didn't TP out. I'm not sure how he got there, to be honest. That's... Holy Persuasion? I don't know. Just can't send enemies back to base, that's for sure. Should have been paying attention, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm sure that the IX Mike was sent back, so I'm not sure how TC managed it. Maybe he just blinked and walked. I'm sure people will be jumping back in the VODs and will tell me what happened. Anyway, so IG just keeping this pressure up, and a gem picked up as well as on Rubik, so there's not going to be any sight for Complexity. They're going to be sitting in their base, completely blind. TC still farming as best he can, and he is their real hope for this game. But IG, they're not that worried. They've got control of all the major farm sources on the map. This bear is just getting richer and richer and richer. Syllabear is going to be more than happy to go for a huge farm fest at this point. He's already got a huge gold advantage from the bounty hunter, and with all of the farm that's able to get, a lane plus the jungle plus the ancients, he's going to be filling his 12 item slots up very soon, and could even head towards an AC or a pipe right now. JO going to try and defend down on this bottom lane, and Complexity just trying to get some farm in the jungle. TC going to keep pushing. TPs are going to come in as well, just going to be the lone druid. But he is scary enough that he's going to be able to hold this off by himself. And picking up more farm as well. Yeah, Complexity needs to be finding farm wherever they possibly can right now. Because all of their hopes rest in TC right now. JO, if he can get some more levels up, then he's going to be able to do what Invoker does best in team fights. Lots of control. The Deafening Blast is starting to get stronger as well, but it's really up to PA to be dealing the damage in these fights, and especially as IG get. But here's the thing: IG are just going to get tankier and tankier. They can start getting things like an AC, a Shiva's up, and just help nullify what PA is able to do. And until she gets a BKB as well, she just can't get the damage off in these fights. There's enough disable on IG between the Rasta and the Rubik that she's just not been able to find an opening. Good at maybe soaking up damage, but that's about the extent of it. Complexity over on this high ground right now do pop off a smoke. They want to try and use TC as bait. Are IG going to take it? IX Mike actually being revealed by YYF heading down. So suspecting that something is up right now, but they're going to go for it anyway. And reveal off as many as they can. Jo throws the tornado. So they know that they're there. Ferrari blink forward, telekinesis onto Jo. TC, he's going to be sent back to base. But the push keeps coming. Hannah Montana is sheeped up. And no, he's going to be fine. Manages to make his way out. And Complexity, they still hold, but IG, they've not popped anything major to go for this. The bear can just be resummoned right now, so it's going to be fine. And IX Mike needs to get more and more of these wards down. They need to wipe out these creep waves. They cannot let IG go high ground. And they've still got the Ravage and they've still got the Poison Nova, so fantastic defensive abilities for them. And the EMP Tornado as well, great for disrupting pushes. So again, Complexity keep holding off, and I feel the pennant numbers are really reflective of how close this game is. Pretty even on both sides, and I'd say the game is pretty even. It could still go either way. There's still a huge advantage that needs to be reconciled on IG, but Complexity are you can't count them out of this yet. Not even one Rex down, but YYF is getting super farmed. Monkey King bar on him, so he doesn't give two hoots about the blur on TC, and it makes TC's health pool look a lot smaller when you don't have that 35% miss chance. And IG, it's just constant pressure. They're always here, trying to do what they can. Hannah Montana's going to be telekinesis down. No, it doesn't get telekinesis down to the low ground. And good reactions from Fluff and stuff, trying to send him back to base, so even if he was pulled down, doesn't necessarily mean a fight. Well played by Ferrari, trying to do what a Pudge would do in this situation, just get free initiation and force a team fight. Because it's something that IG can't really do right now. They have to brute force their way up. Roshan is up, IG are down in the pit, and the wards have popped down as well. And looks like the wards and the bear might just be able to, no, not going to be able to finish this off, still on half health. So, still wants the Roshan though, and Jo getting entangled by the bear. Fade Bolt coming through. Hannah Montana telekinesis and into the entangled, but the Kraken Shell saving him. Teamfight breaking out. They want to finish off this bear, but YYF is coming in for Jo and has the BKBs. The Ravage does not affect him. TC getting grabbed by the shackle, and here comes the right click onto him. He's going to just jump back out. Hand of God pops. Hannah Montana goes down. IX Mike is dead as well. EMP Tornado doesn't find anyone. Ferrari just blinks forward. He's got such huge mobility. TC's probably going to go down here as well. And this is going to be the racks that IG were so desperately hoping for. Yeah, IG keep pushing in. Fluff and stuff in a little bit of trouble. Chon doing a ton of damage as well. But just leaving the Syllabear to take this Rax. The demolish on that bear is just ridiculously strong. And this is starting to look bad for Complexity. That IG are holding them off so well. Jo not going to be in any trouble just yet. Yeah, gets sent back to base in the middle of the tornado. Not going to be able to hold off the range Rex either. Chon down on bottom lane pushing Force Staff in. Jo taking a bit of damage, and Chon fairly low on mana, so not going to hang around for much longer. And Complexity do manage to hold their range barracks, but not too much of a concern. It looks like IG might just go back in for this Roshan. They know they can take these team fights, and Complexity, they don't have the Poison Nova, they don't have the Ravage. They're going to try and stop it anyway, but we'll see what happens. Just getting sight, but the Tornado's going to catch out IX Mike. He's tracked, goes down in 2 hits. Tornado flies through from Jo. Hannah Montana taking a lot of damage. There is no Ravage for him. Faith looking to grab Jo. Wards are down, and the Yules is up onto Faith. And then TC, sorry. TC managing to pick him off. YYF, godlike for him. And GG's going to be called for Complexity. Tried to go in and stop that Roshan, but that is going to be the game. So that is game 2 of this set for the preliminaries of the International. This is being IG versus Complexity. I've been Basskip. Apologies for the very disorganized start of the VOD, and if you would have preferred commentary on the draft, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to have a quick squiz to see what games are going on. I think we've still got the end of the series to go, so we will see what happens. But we've still got one more set of series to go. So there should still be some more games. I'll be looking to bring you guys those. Thanks for tuning in, anybody who watched, and thanks again. Final score screen, there we go.